institutions.
Former Republican.
And good morning. Welcome to the video live stream for the WSJM Morning Show for Thursday, September 5th. Can you believe it's September already?
It's crazy.
How is this year flying by so fast?
It really is.
My guest in studio this morning is Jess Colby. She's with the Berrien County Health Department. What do you do there?
I'm a grant coordinator.
Okay. So you're the money maker. You're the rainmaker. You make you make the money come in for the Berrien County Health Department. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, okay.
Well, hold that one because I'm going to ask you for your full bio in a minute. But what do you do as a grant writer? What do you do there?
As a grant writer, okay. So I research what grants are out and about and write the application, apply for them, kind of manage that sort of thing, all other grant proposals.
I mean, that's a special skill because you often see that the people are looking for grant writers.
Yes. And I love it. I'm loving it. I love to write. It's like almost, I tell my friends, it's like, I'm almost like a professional student. Like you're just writing research papers all the time. And I love it. So,
that's excellent.
Yeah.
Do you track like a success rate of how many you've written and how many?
I have an Excel spreadsheet with how much I requested, how much I received, and if I got it or not. So I'm tracking it.
Okay.
It's doing pretty good so far.
That's great. And I assume these grants are coming from different levels of government.
Yeah. So some are government, some are smaller foundations.
Okay.
Like we just got one from the Michigan Community Foundation. So and others are bigger ones from state government type things. So
okay. That's fascinating. Another sector of the world, another corner of the world where important stuff's going on. And then the grants go to a number of different programs.
Yes. Triple P, we just got the one from the Michigan Community Foundation that's our positive parenting program.
Oh, okay.
We got a big one for our lead initiative for Benton Harbor. So all over the place.
All over the spectrum. Okay. We'll be back to talk with Jess in just a moment about Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. It's all of September, and there are a lot of events happening. So we'll cover those and talk a little bit more. All right. This is the WSJM Morning Show. Thanks for joining us. It's the video live stream. We'll be back with news in just a moment.
Attacking my husband, attacking my crew, attacking the breaking and street dance community in Australia, my family. I got some mental health support pretty quickly, and I also went off social media. I went off the internet. It's also just hard to process it all, honestly.
She admits the worldwide attention caught her off guard.
That's ABC's Andrew Dimbert. A heat wave today roasting people from Los Angeles to Seattle. Alerts issued for more than 65 million people in 6 western states. Phoenix, Arizona, expected to hit 114 today. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Are not valid in all states or prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Bills piling up? Rent due? Need cash help but have bad or no credit? Then you need to go to FastLoansAI.com, where you can get approved for a loan of up to $10,000 regardless of your credit score. FastLoansAI.com is one of the largest lender networks. Their advanced technology can help anyone get up to $10,000. Best part? Money can be in your bank account as fast as the same day. When you need fast cash, go to FastLoansAI.com. That's FastLoansAI.com.
So, you want a free checking account that pays you a high rate on your balance? Yeah, you do. Would you like 0 monthly maintenance fees and free ATM access nationwide every month you qualify? Thought so. That's what free Thrive Rewards checking is all about. Get yours at Sturgis Bank, your hometown community bank. Visit sturgis.bank to learn more. Qualifications, rules, and limitations apply. Rates, rewards, and restrictions may vary by account. Contact Sturgis Bank for details. Member FDIC.
From the Pat Moody Studios, this is News Talk Sports 94.9. WSJM FM Benton Harbor, St. Joseph. Depend on us. WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
And good morning. It's 7:05. It's the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. Good morning. We've got, let's see, what do we have? 62 degrees in Benton Harbor right now, 63 in St. Joseph, and 60 in Dowagiac. Clear skies all over the place. And we are expecting a partly to mostly sunny day. Only a 20% chance of showers and a high around 85 degrees. So it's going to be a beautiful day. Tonight's forecast, a 40% chance of showers moves in and a low around 63, southwest winds 5 miles per hour. And then Friday, that's when we're going to see some change. Partly cloudy and breezy, a 40% chance of rain, a high around 70. A high around 70, not a low, but a high around 70. Northwest winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday's forecast, partly sunny, breezy, and cool. A 30% chance of some lake effect rain showers. The high is going to be projected to be around 63 degrees on Saturday, a low of 48. Sunday is going to moderate a little bit. It's going to be mostly sunny and cool still, a high around 67, low of 45. So it's going to get chilly. Monday, mostly sunny, high around 75. Tuesday, high of 80. Wednesday, we're going to get back to that high of 85 degrees. So we're kind of going that up and down, up and down. So get the sweaters out, but don't put your light clothes away either. Our special guest this hour we'll talk with in just a moment on the video live stream after news is Jess Colby. She's from the Berrien County Health Department. Good morning.
Good morning.
The coffee's holding out. We're okay.
Is,
you got enough water over there because we have
Water,
extra
coffee.
water. You've got your notes. Everything is good to go. All right. So you're here to talk about Suicide Awareness Prevention Month, Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. I'll get the name right eventually. It's a very important issue and one that has affected many families, not just in Southwest Michigan, but all over the United States, which is why they have an entire month. So we will talk about some of the events that are happening, some of the resources that are available for people, not just those suffering from suicide ideation or anything like that, but family, friends, what they can do to help.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll talk about that, and we'll start that interview in just a moment after the news, all right?
Sounds good.
Okay, very good. We'll start that in a moment. Let's see. One of the silence alarms for the other radio stations is going off. Pay no mention, pay no mind to that. In the news today, some of the things that we're following from the WSJM newsroom with the new school year and yesterday's school shooting that happened in Georgia, many parents might be wondering how prepared their children's school is for such a thing. The Michigan State Police Office of School Safety is encouraging schools to keep their emergency plans updated to prepare for the unexpected. Michigan State Police's Office of School Safety Manager Kim Root says the resources are free and available to schools.
A lot has evolved over the last 10 years in terms of school safety and emergency operations. So it was time to update those resources, and then the availability of the federal funding allowed us to bring this suite of resources forward.
Root notes that part of the evolution in the updated planning is preparing for what to do after an incident.
There are a range of emergencies that can happen in schools, anything from weather emergencies to a water main break or a gas leak. So the emergency operations plan suite of resources is intended to help schools plan for a range of emergencies.
School administrators and anyone else interested can find all the available resources on the MSP's Office of School Safety website. Plans for a new broadband internet connection running under Lake Michigan from Chicago to Southwest Michigan have received a boost from the Benton Harbor City Commission. At their regular meeting this week, commissioners approved a request from Peninsula Fiber Network to drill soil borings at Gene Clark Park to check underground conditions in preparation for the Middle Mile Infrastructure Program. Haven't heard of it? Well, basically, Peninsula is planning a broadband connection from extremely fast servers in northern Chicago all the way to Benton Harbor. It's also planning a connection from southern Chicago to St. Joseph. Now, those 2 points will then head north to an exchange carrier facility in Byron Center for better high-speed internet in Michigan. And this will also lay the groundwork for connections, but they have to do some soil borings first, somewhere between 80 and 180 feet deep at Gene Clark Park near the entrance drive at the south end of the park. The holes will be drilled about 8 inches to 1 foot in diameter. Big holes. You don't have to watch yourself because they're going to fill them in when they're finished. But what they're basically doing is taking soil and rock samples to check the geological features underground to understand what they're going to have to go through to get that broadband line on shore. Now, the Benton Harbor City Commissioners on Monday did approve the project, with Commissioners Juanita Henry and Emma Kennard voting no. The Berrien County Veterans Service Office is hosting a county-wide luminary event in support of Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. WSJM's Andrew Green has this report.
The office says September is Suicide Awareness Month, and everyone in Berrien County is being invited to secure a luminary for a suggested donation of $5 at any Berrien County American Legion post, the Berrien County Veterans Services Office, or online. On Saturday, September 21st, the luminaries will be displayed at sunset at 7:45 p.m. all over the county to symbolize the hope of education and awareness. The Berrien County Veterans Services Office says suicide can be prevented through education and public awareness, and together, everyone can make a difference. We have a link to purchase a luminary at our website. Andrew Green, WSJM News.
And Berrien RESA is once again holding a series of reading events for young children and their families around the county. Parent Engagement and Outreach Coordinator Laura Robinson tells us the Parents as Teachers program has been running for more than a decade and invites families to come out and celebrate reading.
They find that reading kind of serves as kind of the foundation of learning other things in school success. What we focus on with, say, our playgroups and our events is those pre-reading, or what we call early literacy skills, where they start, hearing those sounds, hearing those words, seeing the words.
Children up to 5 years of age, along with their parents, will have an opportunity to hear librarians read their favorite stories. The event is free to attend, and children will receive a book. Parents are encouraged to bring blankets to sit on. The first event will be held on September 19 at Lake Bluff Park from 11:30 to 12:30. The second will be on Friday, September 20th at Niles Riverfront Park by the amphitheater from 11:30 to 12:30 as well. That's a look at some of the news that we're following today from the WSJM newsroom. We have more. We'll talk about that at 7:30. We've got a whole lot more to talk about, including we have a guest in studio. We'll start that interview in just a moment with Jess Colby from the Berrien County Health Department. We're talking about Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. It's a heavy topic, and I encourage you to listen because there's something that you can do to help, whether you're feeling some of those feelings or if you know somebody, friends or family, who might be going through that. There are resources available to you. So we'll talk about that. We'll start that interview now. We'll have it both on the radio and on the video live stream at some point this hour. But we'll start that video interview on Facebook and YouTube, the live video live stream right now. So I encourage you to tune over to that. We've got sports. We've got more news. We've got some financial information from Bloomberg. It's all right here on the WSJM Morning Show.
Major League Baseball from Wednesday show.
And hit those buttons and push that button there. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I hope I didn't keep you too long.
No,
Okay.
all
right.
is well.
All right, good. So this is Jess Colby, and you're from the Berrien County Health Department. You're a grant writer there.
Yeah.
And also you're a metric tracker. So you've got your Excel spreadsheet to make sure you understand where you're applying for money, how much money you're getting, and where it's going.
Yes, exactly.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Jess. Who are you?
Yeah, okay. So I grew up in Whitehall, Michigan, graduated from high school in Whitehall.
Okay.
Then I went on to University of Michigan for undergrad, majored in international studies, minored in anthropology. Then directly after that, I went to grad school in North Carolina at University of North Carolina and got my master's in public health.
Okay.
After that, moved back to Michigan. Michigan's my place to be. Didn't like living too far away, so came back over here.
Nice.
Got this job here, loving it. I've been working in the health department since last October, so almost a year now. So
when you were starting at University of Michigan, did you see yourself in the health department occupation?
I didn't. I actually started as pre-med.
Oh, okay.
I did, yes. And then I took a couple of public health courses. Really loved it. It was too late by the time I decided not to be pre-med to go into the School of Public Health because you have to do that by end of freshman year.
Okay.
So I got majored in international studies and then just went on to get my master's degree in public health.
I was going to ask, so what do you do with the international studies piece?
Yeah, so I think it's kind of more of like a stepping stone for grad school.
Okay.
It was
better than a gap year, right?
Yes, it is. It was great classes, great courses. My focus was global environment and health.
Okay.
So I took a lot of like global health courses. So in which also my master's degree, my concentration was global health.
Okay.
So kind of global sphere all around my education.
That's
So,
great.
Yeah.
Did you hear the story we talked about earlier this morning? Maybe if you were tuned in at all, you heard the story about the 57, million tons of plastic pollution in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff that doesn't go into landfills that goes elsewhere. So they're not even talking about the landfill stuff. They're talking about stuff everywhere else. Anyway, so it's only ending up in our environment, you know, and in our bodies and stuff like that.
In the ocean and all that.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Our brains, our skin tissue and stuff like that. But that's not what you're focused on now. What you're focused on now is helping at the Berrien County Health Department. So when did you start there?
Yeah, so I started there last October as a community resource navigator, actually. And then this past June, I moved into my grant coordinator role and have been doing that since June and loving it. So
all right. And so you were chosen to come and talk on the morning show today about Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, which is the whole month of September. What do we need to know?
So
What
we
is
need to know-
suicide? Yeah, what is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month?
Suicide Prevention Awareness Month is very important. Suicide, especially in Berrien County, is very prevalent. So we just had the 2023 records come about. There were 29 suicides in 2023, and before that, in 2022, there was 21, and 2021 there was 10. So it is increasing. I listened to the medical examiner talk about that at the meeting, and he was asked like, what's happening? Why is this going on? And there's no answer. We don't really know. So it's definitely something to research into on why we have increased by 30% from last year in the amount of suicide deaths we've had here.
Yeah, well, I mean, you raise a really good point, because we see the death reports that you're talking about, the annual death report from the medical examiner's office, because it looks at different causes of death within a county, and all counties have this.
Yes.
And it gives them actionable information on what to do if there's an issue. So there's infant mortality, for instance. That's another area of concern. But for suicide to go from 10 in a year to 21 in a year, that's doubling it.
Yep.
And then continuing to see that increase 29, then you're basically going 10 to 20 to 30.
Yeah.
And that's just the reported causes.
Right.
So I mean, are there people interested in taking a look at the correlation or potential correlation between pandemic and suicide? Because you see a lot of young people doing this.
So I would be interested in the correlation between the pandemic and suicide. So I don't know too much research on it yet, but I do know personally, I lost a friend in 2020.
Sorry about that.
Thank you, to suicide. And I remember her texting me about a week before she passed away saying, like, this COVID is like hurting me. Like, it's so hard. Like, I'm so lonely because the pandemic did it. There was so much isolation, and I felt that I was in North Carolina going to grad school by myself and didn't know anybody, and their school was online, virtual. So it makes a lasting effect on someone.
It really does. So, I mean, so it's good that people are noticing, not only taking note of the statistics, but actually thinking about, okay, what can we do?
Yes.
What can we do about it? And one of the things that we can do is prevention awareness.
Right. That's why we have the Berrien County Suicide Prevention Coalition.
Let's talk about that, the Berrien County Suicide Prevention Coalition.
Yeah. So the coalition, we meet every third Thursday of the month during lunch hour. So anyone can join 12 to 1. We have a website, berriencares.org, that you can sign up. And I'm the secretary for the coalition. I send out about sometimes once, sometimes twice a week, different information about suicide prevention, different events happening. Upcoming in a couple weeks, Saturday, September 21st at the Village of Baroda. We are doing a 5K to raise awareness and raise funds for our coalition. You can register on our website at berriencares.org. There's a link there. Our mission for the coalition is just to connect Berrien County residents with information and resources they need for emotional wellness, thereby helping prevent suicide. We go to a lot of different events and have tables there and talk about suicide prevention because, you need to erase the stigma of it so people can reach out. You got to keep talking about it. You don't want to hide it.
Yeah.
You want to keep open conversation, and that's what we strive to do.
Okay. And the groups who make up the Berrien County Suicide Prevention Coalition, give us just an example of who's on that. Your Berrien County Health Department.
I'm the health department. We're part of it. There's 2 of us there. Let's see. There's the Veterans Services. There's Berrien RESA. There's the college. Why am I blanking on the college name? LMC.
Lake Michigan College.
Yes.
Corewell is probably there as well.
Corewell is there.
Okay.
And there's also just community members. Anybody in the community can join, and we love to have them. So
I can personally attest, the people who I've had contact with from the coalition to help in some of these awareness raising campaigns, very passionate.
Yes.
Just like yourself, have a personal connection to suicide and a reason for awareness and raising, the prevention awareness as well. And so it must be entirely a labor of love to do this.
It is, for sure.
And so what are some of those resources that are available to people?
Yeah. So there's 988.
Okay.
which
What is
a great
988?
resource. So
How long?
that-
It's been around forever, right?
So
No.
988 has only been here for a couple years now.
Right.
There was the suicide hotline. There was the long number that you have to Google to find.
Oh,
and
goodness.
This is just a 3-digit number that you can dial. It's a great
Yeah, I mean, just like
resource.
911, you can just dial 988.
Yes.
And this is, I think, in Berrien County, it's like you say, it's less than 2 years old.
Right, it is. Yeah. They just celebrated 2 years of 988 I think this was sent to me like 2 weeks ago.
Okay. All right. So we've had a 2-year.
yeah.
Okay. Very
Yep,
good.
So it's a great resource. If you're feeling suicidal, if you're having those thoughts, if you're feeling down, you can call this number
Yeah.
and they will talk to you.
Okay.
And they will just be there to support you. If you don't feel like reaching out to someone, you can reach out to 988 and they'll also be there and hold your hand.
And they're there 24/7.
24/7. Yeah.
Okay. And it's not only for people who are going through that crisis in the moment, it's for friends and family as well.
Yes, yeah. If you're worried about someone, you can give them a call. And I know there's this stigma that like, oh, if I call 988, they're just going to send the police to my house.
Yeah.
I remember fearing that. But actually 3.6 out of 1,000 calls led to 911 emergency intervention because they have those skills to talk to you. They're not just going to immediately be like, oh, this person's suicidal, I'm going to send the cops to their house. Like, that's not what they do. And I think that's a big stigma that is what they do.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to reference that.
Very
too.
good. No, that's important information.
Yeah.
Important information. We're talking with Jess Colby. She's from the Berrien County Health Department. She's a member of the Berrien County Suicide Prevention Coalition and Suicide Awareness Prevention Month. It's all of September. So we're talking about the issue. We're talking about some of the things that you should know. 988 is a key one. If you or someone you know is going through that suicide crisis where they're thinking or having ideations about that kind of thing, just dial 988 and people can talk you through what to do if you're in that crisis yourself or what to do if you have a friend or a family member who's going through that. What would be some of the surprising things that we're seeing in some of these statistics that you have in front of you?
Yeah. So 988 answers very quickly. 988 calls answered within 30 seconds. It's 93.4%. So you're not going to be calling and just waiting while you're in a depressive episode or something. They're gonna answer fairly quickly.
Does it work from cell phones? Do we know?
Work from cell phones?
Yeah. Does it work from cell phones?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good. There used to be a thing way back when where if you had a cell phone and you called 911, you didn't know where you were calling.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Okay.
Sorry, that's an older thing. All right.
And then they spent 19,100 plus hours on the phone with Michiganders.
Wow.
Since June 2023 to May 2024.
19,000 hours.
19,000 plus hours.
That's
Yep.
great. It's great that they're there. It's something else to think about that it's necessary.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What are some of the events that we have coming up this month?
Events this month is the 5K.
Okay.
Saturday, September 21st. Same day, the evening of that day, we have a luminary tribute to those lost to suicide that will be held. I think you already spoke on.
We did.
that,
Yeah. The Berrien
so-
County Veterans Services Office. They're asking for some donations for help in raising suicide prevention awareness as well. So the luminary event. And let's see, that one, I have the information here. The office is asking for a suggested donation. It's not necessary, but it's a suggested donation of $5. You can pick up your luminary at any Berrien County American Legion post, the Berrien County Veterans Services Office, or you can make that donation online as well. And on Saturday, September 21st, the luminaries will be displayed at sunset, which is approximately, they're gauging 7:45 p.m. all over the county to symbolize the hope of education and awareness. Yeah. I think, let's see, the Berrien County Veterans Service Office says suicide can be prevented through education and public awareness. And obviously, together we can make a difference. So we have more information on that at our website, WSJM.com. All right. What else are we talking about with suicide prevention? What are some of the things to look for?
Yeah, some of the things to look for in like suicide signs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say there's quite a few signs. There's the one where if people are starting to get rid of things, if people are starting to isolate, if people are talking about being a burden, all those signs that just lead towards maybe they're in a dark place, Let's see. Let me think.
What if you see someone who is doing some of those things that you just talked about, whether they're giving away their their possessions, their prized possessions, or belaboring a point of, it'd be just better off without me, that kind of thing. What should you do as a friend or family member?
Yeah, I would say address it head on. I know some people can be afraid to say the word suicide, like it's going to be triggering if you say, "Are you thinking of suicide?" But it opens the doors because that person may be afraid to say it.
Yeah.
And if you open that door and say directly to them, "Are you thinking of suicide? What is going on? How can I help you?" That is going to be the open door for them to tell you, "Yes, I am thinking of that. And yes, I need help." Just need to have that open communication and no stigma behind the word suicide, because it's a scary thing, but it's not a scary word.
Yeah.
Like you want to find hope and healing behind speaking about it.
Yeah. Very well said. Jess Colby with the Berrien County Health Department. We'll continue this conversation in just a couple of moments. We have some news to get to, our Bloomberg financial report, and a few other things. You're watching the video live stream on WSJM. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Residents stream shows and movies, game online, and work from home without data caps or throttling. Your whole family can be online at the same time without slowdowns or interruptions. And when you call for assistance, you get to speak with a local support team. Learn more about Midwest Energy and Communications Rural Fiber Internet and check your eligibility at teammidwest.com/internet.
There is a place in Southwest Michigan where a fresh and innovative daily brunch and dinner menu will delight you, where craft cocktails and extensive wine and beer options will excite you, and where the ambiance feels like being on vacation right in your own backyard. That place is Planks. Planks Tavern on the Water, inside the Inn at Harbor Shores, on the River Channel in St. Joe. Starting September 15th, it's Planks Happy Hour on the water. Enjoy $4 off appetizers and half-priced wine and draft beer. Available Sunday through Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. And enjoy dinner with the best of land and sea, featuring tuna tartare, shrimp ceviche, the Long Island strip, soy glazed halibut, and more. See the full menu plus creative drink options and more at plankstavern.com, or book your reservation anytime on the Open Table app. Planks Tavern on the Water, inside the Inn at Harbor Shores. An experience away from it all without going far.
To everything, there's a season, and soon the seasons will change once again, and tens of thousands of leaves will fall. Need some help with fall cleanup? It's time to get creative. It seems like it happens all at once. At Creative Landscaping, we'll remove your annuals, trim back shrubs, and of course, pick up your leaves. And your leaves. And your leaves. No yard is too large, and no yard is too small. Call to get on our schedule now. Creative Landscaping and Design, helping with fall cleanup since 1976.
There's a new player in town. Hi, I'm Herman Moore, Lions All-Pro wide receiver, and I'm talking about Eagle Casino and Sports, the real money mobile casino. It's so easy to play. You can go from wager to winner to wallet, just like that.
Sign up now and we'll match your deposit up to $1,500. Or you can get a risk-free bet up to $1,000.
Eagle Casino and Sports, made in Michigan, made for Michigan.
Must be 21 or older and in Michigan to play.
Why do I love my job? It's the joy I get helping a patient and the respect I feel from the company. My work-life balance, they understand it.
Nurses and caregivers have a purpose at Royalton Manor to give their patients the best care possible in an environment that's supportive of their work life and their non-work life. Royalton Manor is a smaller, friendly environment where caregivers have the resources to provide the best care for their patients. Located on Peace Boulevard behind Rogers Foodland.
We love it here.
Who do you call when you have the most unique towing job ever? Well, when the Neon Grill wanted to take down the classic Chevy from their roof for restoration, they called Hassey's Towing and Crane Service. They trusted Hassey's to handle it. Hassey's Towing and Crane Service has the area's largest fleet of tow vehicles and cranes to accomplish almost any lifting job. Got a unique tow or lift job? Call Hassey's Towing and Crane Service, 927-3681.
Okay, and I've got about a minute and a half before, maybe a minute before we get to our next item here for news. We're talking with Jess Colby. She's with the Berrien County Health Department, and September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. And so the Berrien County Suicide Prevention Coalition is out and raising awareness to a number of different issues, including how help is available, and that is by 988. So thank you for doing this work. We really appreciate it. We'll talk about some more things, including Lori's Place and some of the peer support group activity that's happening through this. We'll talk about that in a moment. But so what do you do when you're not writing grants or out raising awareness for good causes with the Berrien County Health Department?
Yeah, like a hobby.
Yeah.
I play the piano a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And I like to go for walks, take my dog for a walk.
What kind of dog do you have?
I have a Morkie. He's half Maltese, half Yorkie. So he's just like a little guy.
A Morkie.
Yes. Just a little guy. He's like 9 pounds.
That's funny.
Yeah, name is Dobby. So
Did you ever hear of the show Mork and Mindy?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Do you know Robin Williams? He was a comedian.
Yes, I
okay.
do.
So unfortunately, Robin Williams, suicide.
Right.
But he was on a show called Mork and Mindy.
Okay.
So you might take a look. It's on
I
YouTube
will.
somewhere.
Yeah, that's funny.
Anyway, so you have a Morkie.
Yes.
And it's again a what? A Maltese and a Yorkie?
Maltese and a Yorkie mix. So he's just a little guy that loves to bark.
That is so funny. All right, we'll have our news here in just a moment, but right now we've got to get back to our show. All right, here we go. It's the WSJM Morning Show, 7:32. Time is flying. We've got our news in just a moment. We'll have ABC News coming up in just a moment. But right now, the weather forecast for today, it's 62 degrees, and we're looking at clear skies. 62 in Benton Harbor, 63 in St. Joseph. We're looking at pretty good forecast for today. Some partly sunny skies, partly to mostly sunny. 20% chance of rain showers. A high today getting up around 85. We're not going to see that again probably until next week. So yes, there is one more spate of the 80s coming. That'll be probably next Tuesday, Wednesday. After today's high of 85, we're expecting the highs only to get around, say, the lower 70s, upper 60s. That's going through the weekend. Sunday is going to be a high of 67 degrees. So again, we're going to get some chances of rain starting tonight, and then that'll go through Saturday, and then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we're looking at mostly sunny skies and highs getting back up to the 80-degree mark by Tuesday. News coming up next from our WSJM newsroom. After this from ABC.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. The 14-year-old suspect, the nation's latest mass shooting at a school outside Atlanta, was questioned last year about making violent threats against a different school. Georgia Bureau of Investigations Director Chris Hosey, however, says he was released.
The Jackson County Sheriff's Office identified and located Gray, who is our suspect in this case. They conducted an investigation at that time, and there was no probable cause for arrest or to take any additional law enforcement action.
The suspect will be tried as an adult. He's accused of killing 4 and wounding 9 with an AR-style rifle. Department of Justice accusing Russians of attempting to sway the upcoming presidential election through right-wing influencers. Pope Francis joining the Grand Imam of Southeast Asia's largest mosque in a call for all faiths to work together for the common good. Prosecutors in Britain have decided to discontinue criminal proceedings against former Hollywood mogul Harvey Weinstein. This is ABC News.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
7:34, you're listening to the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. Some of the news stories that we're following out of the WSJM newsroom right now. 2 people recovering after an assault involving a knife in St. Joseph early yesterday morning. The St. Joseph Department of Public Safety says officers responded to a home in the 700 block of Lions Park Drive shortly before 5 a.m. The report was 2 people injured with a knife. A physical fight had apparently broken out, according to public safety officers, between a couple of family members. Each suffered minor injuries. They were transported to Corwell Health South for treatment. Both were listed in stable condition. The incident is being reviewed by the Berrien County Prosecutor's Office. A woman accused of pulling a gun on another customer while in line at the McDonald's in South Haven has been arraigned. The South Haven Police Department says 24-year-old Alexis White is charged with carrying a concealed weapon, felonious assault, and violation of a weapons-free school zone in ordinance. She was arrested Tuesday morning at the McDonald's on South LaGrange Road after allegedly threatening another customer for line cutting in the drive-thru. Yeah. I mean, patience, people, really. The victim did not know the suspect. Officers later found White still at the restaurant and say they found a handgun in her vehicle. It was not fired. No injuries were reported with this incident. Police say White had a small child in her car, and the child was turned over to family members. White's bond has been set at $15,000. And the Benton Harbor Department of Public Safety Director Dan McGinnis is restarting his weekly webcast chat with the chief. McGinnis told city commissioners this week he's bringing back the session to answer the public's questions and talk about public safety issues. It'll be on the web every Thursday starting at 1 p.m. We'll tell you more about that coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. We've got sports from Dave Wolf coming up in just a moment after this look at state news.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Ryan Recker. Detroit police investigating.
Oh, my goodness. Who brings a gun to McDonald's?
I know. I live in South Haven. I was
Oh,
like,
no.
Yeah,
You came from South Haven this morning?
I did.
Well, thank you for doing that.
Of course.
No wonder. No wonder you needed the
that's why I'm
coffee.
yawning.
She like navigated right to the coffee machine and said, "Give me coffee. Need coffee." No, yeah. Do you know where that McDonald's is?
I do. I go there frequently.
Don't cut the line.
I won't cut the line.
That's amazing. Yeah, I don't. We saw the initial reports. We got the initial reports from the police up there that that something had happened in one of the school. They were in a school zone.
Yeah,
The school went on lockdown. Yeah.
Oh, the school went on lockdown.
They had to go on lockdown just for, I think it was under a half hour, but the kids are like, what in the world? We just got back here.
Yeah.
And everything going on with schools these days. And so anyway, that incident happened. But fortunately, no one was hurt.
Yes. That's good.
And they're dealing with it. So I think that's the good part about it. But
yeah,
it's fascinating these days. People are under a lot of pressure.
They are. They are.
There. We're talking with Jess Colby. She's from the Berrien County Health Department, and we're talking about Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. She's with the Berrien County Suicide Prevention Coalition. You're the secretary for that group. What do you do in that role?
I take notes during the meetings so that I can send out the minutes. I manage the emails. So I send out weekly, sometimes twice a week, emails about different suicide prevention happenings, or if there's a new article posted or something, and I send that out in our listserv. We have about, I think it's either 500 or 600 people on our listserv that I send out emails to.
Okay.
So, and you can also join that listserv on BerrienCares.org, and if you want to stay up to date with any suicide prevention news, because I will keep you updated through that list.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
So you're the communications director, basically.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. Take it. Own it.
Yes.
So in one of my former career occupations, I was the communications director, and I did communications up at Whirlpool for a little while as well.
Yeah.
So if you need anything on how to keep people, because everybody wants a newsletter.
Yes.
And newsletters are very effective when done right.
Right. Very true.
So with some hand holding there, sometimes the people who want to get their message out, they are understanding a little better how to use newsletters and when to stop using newsletters.
Yeah.
So I don't unsubscribe from many. Do you subscribe to newsletters? I mean, just generally?
I do generally.
Okay.
I like
When do you
to
read them?
peruse them. Late at night when I'm trying to go to sleep.
Okay. They say that's counterproductive. You're supposed to
I know.
turn off the smart
You're
devices.
supposed to,
Yeah.
but-
All right. Okay. We'll be back with this discussion in just a moment. We're talking with Jess Colby from Berrien County Health Department about suicide prevention awareness. One of the things that you should know about is 988. Give us a brief overview again. What is 988?
988 is a great resource. It's a 3-digit number you can call if you're experiencing any sort of distress or suicidal thoughts.
Okay. And there will be resources there for people who are either having those suicidal thoughts or for friends and family member who know somebody who is and they want to know more about what to do.
Yep.
Yeah. How to handle that, because sometimes the people who are going through it won't call.
Right. This is true.
So you've got to help them through that tough period. All right. 7:40. We'll be back with more in just a few moments right here on the WSJM Morning Show.
Nothing. South Bend over Fort Wayne 2-1, and Great Lakes beat Dayton 6-3. High school sports on Wednesday in boys soccer. Michigan Lutheran blanked Coloma 4-0. Buchanan beat Dowagiac 3-0. Berrien Springs over Brandywine 9-2. Niles with an 8-0 win over Three Rivers. Sturgis beat Paw Paw 4-0. Vicksburg over Otsego 2-0. Hartford beat Kalamazoo Christian 6-5. It was Holland Black River over Allegan 1-0. Bangor beat Comstock 9-1. Parchment beat Saugatuck 3-1, and Bloomingdale beat Casablanca 9-1. In volleyball last night, Michigan Lutheran over New Buffalo in 4, Watervliet over Berrien Springs in 4, Bridgman swept Holland Black River in 3, and Fenville rallied from down 0-2 to beat Bangor in 4.
All right. So sorry, we were having a conversation offline. I decided to bring it online because this is your exclusive behind the scenes content for our video live stream folks who are watching. And good morning to Bill. And good morning to Diane. Thank you for both for joining us. And I'm sure Stephanie's out there. Good morning, Stephanie. It's good to see you. And I didn't mind cleaning up after the dog this morning. We have a dog. We have a Portuguese water dog.
Okay.
He was not feeling well earlier this week.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he was not. And so he had the soft serve yogurt issue,
Yeah.
on one of his walks. And then he just wouldn't do anything overnight. Wouldn't do anything on his regular walk. Wouldn't do anything else. So I woke up this morning. I get up around 3 a.m. so I can get here by 4. And what was I welcomed to at 3 a.m.?
Oh, no.
All over the place.
Oh,
but poor Russell, I think he's feeling better because his mood is better. He's chipper. He's running around.
Yeah.
But my whole point on bringing the conversation back was to talk about metrics. And so we do pay attention to the metrics, who's watching what on the video live stream, as far as just, are people consuming this content? Because, we put it out there. We hope people are perusing it from time to time. And we find that there may be a handful of people who are watching the video live and interacting with us, which we truly appreciate. We really enjoy that. But we also see a lot of people taking advantage of watching the video archive of that.
Yeah.
And so our most popular, you might think, well, maybe it's this, that, or the other thing. We found that the 5 most popular videos that in the last 70 days, 3 of them were candidates who were running for political office. One was a community member who actually works at Whirlpool Corporation, who's involved in a lot of nonprofit work and that. And then there was, what was the 5th one? I'm blanking on the 5th one. I have it. I'll pull it up. But it was not political. Let's see where it was. Oh, it was a superintendent. St. Joe Schools superintendent. So each of those that I just mentioned, they all had over 1,000 views, and one of them had as many as 1,800, was headed toward 2,000 views. So that's
amazing.
fun.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. So, we make stars right here on the WSJM morning show. All right. At 7:43, we're going to continue our interview with Jess Colby in just a moment. We're talking about Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. It's all of the month of September. There are some events that you need to know about. We'll talk about those in just a moment right here.
Based technology like propane could stall long-term progress.
When you convince folks to use propane on the promise of renewable propane eventually entering, you are setting those trucks up to use fossil fuel gas for 10, 20, 30 years.
With Tech Trends, I'm Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
Partly to mostly sunny skies today. This is going to be the warmest day all week. We'll be in the lower to middle 80s this afternoon. There are some slight chances of rain, mainly this evening. We'll continue to see more chances of rain overnight tonight and into Friday morning. We drop to 63 tonight. And then for Friday, rain, especially for the first half of the day, with highs near 70. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
And thanks again. It's 7:45. Thanks again for joining the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. 63 degrees in St. Joseph. South Haven is 63 degrees as well. 64 in New Buffalo. We are talking this morning with Jess Colby from the Berrien County Health Department. She is a member of the Berrien County Suicide Prevention Coalition, and September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. And so for the whole month of September, there are a number of different events and occasions where you can learn more about this. And let me pull one of these things up right now. So let's see. Opportunities to promote suicide prevention, opportunities to hear more about suicide prevention. So there are a number of things that are happening. Let's see. This one is happening tomorrow, the 52nd Community Services Roundtable, Berrien County Health Department, from 8 to noon. There will be presentations, including on suicide prevention awareness. LMC will have their Students Annual Resource Week, September 10th, 11th, from 11:30 to 2. So part of that will be dedicated to talking about suicide prevention. There will be a suicide prevention and recovery event in Cassopolis on September 7th from 10 to 2. National Recovery Month event by Harbortown Treatment Center on the 12th. Riverwood Recovery Picnic, Benton Township Park on September 14th. Berrien County Veterans Stand Down at the Hidden Point Event Center. That event is on September 20th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. A lot of good veteran services will be provided there, but they'll also have a piece on this, on suicide prevention. Stay, Your Story's Not Over, the 5K run and walk in Baroda that we've been talking about on September 21st from 8 to 1, and then Carol's Hope Recovery Life Rally in St. Joseph on September 28th. So we have a lot of information there. We'll recap it, and you can tune back into this interview if you've missed any of that and want to go back and listen to it here on our Facebook or YouTube. You can watch the video. Just type in WSJM and look for the video there. So again, for those who might have missed the first portion of our interview, Berrien County Suicide Prevention Coalition, you're the secretary for that organization. You do a lot of great communications work. But tell us again, Jess, what is the Berrien County Suicide Prevention Coalition?
Yes, so the Berrien County Suicide Prevention Coalition is a group of individuals, different organizations, including the health department, Corwell, Berrien, RISA, all get together once a month at the third Thursday of each month during the lunch hour, and we talk about suicide prevention. We plan events. We organize going to different tabling events like you just listed out, where we can talk about suicide prevention, talk about 988. Our mission is that to connect Berrien County residents with information and resources they need for emotional wellness, thereby helping prevent suicide.
And if you forget anything else, the three numbers to remember are
988.
And for that, if you dial 988, whether you're somebody who's thinking about or going through a crisis with suicide, or if you're a friend or family member of that person, you just dial that 988. And what's available there?
They're there to talk you through, talk about resources, talk about your feelings, and just be there as a support system for you.
Yeah, so 988, whether you're going through it yourself or if you know somebody who is, you can call that number and they will give you more information. Let's talk about Lori's Place.
Yes.
What is Lori's Place?
Lori's Place is a grief counseling center. It's through Corwell, I am pretty positive. And they have a suicide survivors group. So if you have lost someone to suicide, you can go there for support and counseling. It's like a group counseling, and they can be there for you throughout that time.
And they work with the coalition, I take it?
We correspond and go to each other's events and such like that.
Perfect. And if you want more information on that, you can go on the website. They have it under spectrumhealthlakeland.org. Lori's Place, LORY''S. Great organization. And they've done a lot of great work. And so they are looking for support as well. And then also you wanted to mention a peer support group. Tell us more about that.
Yeah. So we had in 2023, we had the 29 fatal suicides in Berrien County, and it is estimated that for each fatal suicide, there's around 30 attempts.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
30 attempts?
30 attempts.
Gee whiz.
Yep. So it's a very high number when you times 30 by 29. I wrote it down. It was 870 attempts just in Berrien County in 1 year.
Wow.
So we're hoping within the next year to put together a peer support group. I would be one of the peers. It is a group. It's called the D.D. Hirsch model, and it's for anyone that has attempted suicide. They have to be 18 or over, but they have attempted suicide and survived, and they need that support afterwards, because once you attempt, it's like and you survive it, it's like your life is just in a whirlwind. You know, it's like, what do you do now? So this support group would be there for people to walk them through it and just be there and have the peer support. And you can see that you're not alone too, because it'd be a group of, we're hoping around 6 to 8 people. So
okay. And these peer support groups, when do you anticipate they'll be available?
We actually have a meeting within the next couple of weeks with the person that teaches us. It's a 4-day training. So we're hoping within the next year to get that up and running and get that going so people can come for that support. And that you don't have a repeat attempt or have that person there to help find hope for them.
Yeah, absolutely. That's very important, because if you have that network available to you, then maybe it doesn't happen.
Right.
So that's good.
Right.
So information on that peer support group, I assume, will come out through your...
It will come out through my emails that I'll send out. So if you go to berriencares.org and you sign up for our listserv, when we get more information, we'll put that out there. And you can also come, anybody can come to our meetings that are the third Thursday of each month, 12 to 1. We post the Teams link on our website. It's the same Teams link every month, and you can come and we'll talk about our suicide attempt support group.
And for people who aren't familiar with what a Teams link is, it's like a Zoom meeting. It's basically on your computer. You can have that meeting. Okay.
Thank you.
It's Microsoft's convoluted way of doing the fun, easy things.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not. Hopefully, no Microsoft executive is listening right now. All right. Anything else that we need to cover or talk about or touch on today, Jess?
I just wanted to go back to the 5K and mention the title of the 5K.
Let's do it.
It's called "Stay, Your Story's Not Over," and in between "Stay" and "Your Story's Not Over," there's a semicolon. And I just wanted to explain the meaning of the semicolon.
Okay.
So in suicide prevention, the semicolon has a deeper meaning than just a punctuation mark, right? So you can end a sentence with a period, or you can continue a sentence with a semicolon. And that's the meaning of this in suicide prevention. So instead of ending your life with a period, you're continuing on, you're staying, and you're persevering with that semicolon, if that makes sense.
It does make sense. That's powerful.
Yes.
So the title again is
"Stay, semicolon, Your Story's Not Over."
Yeah, I like that a lot. And so that 5K run, give us the more detail about that.
Yes, the 5K is Saturday, September 21st in the village of Baroda between 8:30 and 12:30. There's more information on our website, such as if you would like to register for the 5K and get a shirt and all of that.
Okay. All right. That is a lot of information. And we, again, if you need any of this information, you want to go back and listen to it, you can go to our Facebook or our YouTube page and watch the video there. But if you're in a time of crisis, there's only 3 numbers to remember. It's 988. And again, September is National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. And in Berrien County, there's a reason that we're talking about it, because basically in the last 3 readings, we've seen suicides go from 10 in a year to 21 in a year to 29 in a year. And so we'd like to see that number go back down, and resources are available, whether you're struggling or your friends and family, you are a friend or family of somebody who's struggling, just go to 988, just dial that number, and immediate help is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And if you want more information about the Berrien County Suicide Prevention Coalition, you can just go to berriencares.org.
Correct.
Did we cover it all?
You did.
Is it good? We even learned about Morky.
Yes.
This
beautiful
hour.
Dog.
All right. It's a Maltese Yorkie mix.
Yeah.
All right. So
Little
anyway,
guy.
if you want more context on the dog story, just go back and listen to the video. Jess, thanks for coming in today. We appreciate
Thank you for having me.
All right, absolutely. And again, the number to remember is 988 if you or somebody you know is going through a suicide crisis, or just go to berriencares.org for more information. Our Moody on the Market update is coming up next.
Hi, this is Pat Moody. Want to be in the know of what's happening in the business community here in Southwest Michigan? Then I recommend you check out Moody on the Market.
And I'm Ken Lundberg, news director for Moody on the Market. When you go to moodyonthemarket.com or open the Moody on the Market app, you'll find fresh daily stories focused on what's happening in our business community, interesting people you should know or be in the know about, as well as stories about life in Southwest Michigan and why we love it here.
Plus, we'd love your tips regarding potential stories and topics we might cover that you feel matter. Simply seek out the Contact Us tab at the website or in the app and send us your tip.
And we recommend you activate your notifications. Turn those on so you receive our stories as soon as we post them. Plus, sign up for our daily newsletter, which will be waiting for you in your email as you start your day.
So be in the know about what's happening in our business community day in and day out at moodyonthemarket.com and the Moody on the Market app.
Moody on the Market is a service made possible by your friends at Midwest Family.
Hey there, it's Johnny, and I want to tell you about my friends at Renaissance Athletic Club. It's a world-class facility right here in our community in Benton Harbor. 501 Graham Avenue is where the address is, right there by beautiful harbor shores. You'll know it when you walk in that it's the right place for you. Not only do they believe in fitness through community, but their instructors and their staff are just absolutely amazing. Everybody's got a smile on their face, and they're also very focused on making sure that you get the best out of your experience. So contact Chris, my good friend, who he's the membership director over there. He's going to give you a tour, show you the place, tell you everything you need to know about it. And like I said, you'll fall in love. And another cool thing that's going on, you got a good friend of yours? Well, bring them over to Renaissance Athletic Club every Thursday through the month of September. Your friend gets in free. And some great group fitness classes that you can bring them along to on Thursdays: Bar Sculpt, Lift 360, Sculpt Express, Stretch and Recovery. All of those classes are fantastic. You can find the list of group fitness classes and other activities and things that are going on at Renaissance Athletic Club simply by stopping by 501 Graham Avenue in Benton Harbor. Go to their website as well, racbh.com.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
That was a good conversation. I know it's a heavy topic, Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, but at the same time, it's a vital one to have because, given the statistics, people are in need of help. And so as you think about that, and as you think about what are some of the signs of potential suicide for somebody that you know, or maybe your children know somebody along those lines, because it's affecting younger people, go to the BerrianCares.org and get the information because it can be helpful. It can literally mean the difference between life and death. And if crisis is happening right then and there, call 988, and they have the resources available to you 24/7 to talk somebody through that crisis, whether you're experiencing it yourself or actually going to help somebody, a friend or family member. The Moody on the Market update is brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. And Berrien County Veterans Service Office is hosting a countywide luminary event in support of the Suicide Prevention Coalition this month. The office says September is Suicide Awareness Month, as we've been talking about, and they invite everyone in Berrien County to secure a luminary for a suggested donation of $5 at any Berrien County American Legion post, the Berrien County Veterans Service Office, or online. Because on Saturday, September 21st, the luminaries will be displayed at sunset about 7:45 p.m. all over the county to symbolize the hope of education and awareness. The Berrien County Veterans Service Office says suicide can be prevented through education and public awareness, and together we can all make a difference. We have a link for more information on our website, WSJM.com. That's your Moody on the Market update for today. It's brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles.
Rich Fran and Tara Halsey from Insurance Management Service, your local auto owners insurance agency in St. Joseph and Niles, know it means something to have peace of mind.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us today on the WSJM Morning Show. And we'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, short week. Thank goodness. And we'll have Brett Witkowski back to talk about some sports ball things. We'll have, obviously, some talk about the Chiefs game tonight, coming up Thursday night football. That starts the regular NFL season. We'll talk about St. Joe Bears football, the high school Bears coming off a great win against Niles last week. So we'll talk a little bit about that and some of the other area games that are happening. Do tune in tomorrow morning because we're going to have a lot of fun with Brett. And it is the WSJM Morning Show. Thanks for watching the video live stream. We'll be back tomorrow.